Hello students, this is Mr. Simons. We're going to work on categories and tags first. This is an area that's a little behind the scenes, but it really helps our search engines and people searching for your site to find what you're looking for. It also helps us keep things organized, especially if we have a lot of different topics that we might be using within our site. Here. So I want you to open up the slideshow and open up your WordPress here. Make sure that you go to the dashboard, and remember that our easy way to the dashboard from the My Home page is the WP admin. That's a nice shortcut, and you don't have to type WP admin at the end of your URL. All right, so here we are at the dashboard. We can close the other part of the site, and let's keep this as simple as we can as we go through this. All right, organizing content, right? When our blog just has a few posts, it's easy to organize, simple for readers. But what happens when we've got a lot of material there? Hundreds of posts spanning periods of years, right? A lot of these blogs and sites have posts that just go back years and years. And if you make one that's really popular, you're going to keep it going for years. And it's really nice to keep things organized here. So to logically organize our posts, WordPress offers categories and tags. Categories more general, tags more specific. Beginners get these confused, so we're going to examine how they are similar and different from each other. All right, so the purpose, general, more specific. Required, yes, category is required, and we'll get to that in a little bit. A tag is not required. Hierarchical, okay, levels and sublevels. We'll show you how to make categories within categories here. Limits per post, no, not case sensitive. All right. The best way to keep them straight is remember they're a general topic. The categories are the general topic. Tags are more specific. We will always assign at least one category to each blog post. We can make a default on these two. And they do assist the search engines understanding what they're looking for. All right. Here we go, some examples, categories here, tags here. You can go through this. Movies is a category, broader, right, more general. Tag specific, Titanic, Forrest Gump, whatever your favorites are here. And the final two examples, sports is the main category where bicycles and basketball are subcategories. So we've got sports, a broader category, and a subcategory of bicycling. And then you might have some tags that go with bicycling, right? And so we'll show you how to do all of that here. All right, making categories, managing categories. We're going to take a look at the categories we've made already. Now, I've got a bunch of blog posts. I've been practicing quite a bit with WordPress.com. I found it's very different than the WordPress that I'm used to using, and it's a little limiting, but we're learning a lot of great skills here. A lot of the skills we learn on WordPress will translate really well to places like Wix and Weebly and some of the other great web builders that are out there. Squarespace is another good one. The skills we're learning here are really good crossover skills to all the other content management systems. So if it seems a little limiting, it is. Choose your themes wisely, and we'll get to themes in a little bit. All right, so we're going to go to posts here and categories. And so when we click on categories here, we find that we have stuff uncategorized, and we see that here. Looks just like this. I actually didn't have to change the slideshow at all from 2019. So everything that was true in August of 2019 is true now in here. And so we're going to click on uncategorized here and go ahead and change that to blogging. I mean, you can change it to whatever general term is good for your topic, right? Right now, I'm just gonna call it blogging to go along with the slideshow. But if I were making my own site, it might be something different, right? It might be a nice general category. Now, our description here is good for us in the back door if we need anything there, but it won't. WordPress doesn't display it anywhere on the site. So unless it helps you while you're designing to understand your categories, we don't need a description. Okay, so we can leave that blank here. And let's take a look. Our category has been updated. So we update here and back to categories. Okay, so we're all ready to slide 7 here. Slide 8. Okay, adding categories. So we're going to add a new category here. And again, this is backdoor stuff. We don't need a description if your category is description enough. So we're going to add movies here and add that category. See, now we've got a couple of categories here. And all set there. Okay, categories can be made into subcategories with this drop-down list. So let's make a subcategory for movies. Here, let's do action. One of my favorites, of course. And we give it a parent category. So action will be nested inside of movies, and we'll see how this works in just a sec. Just click add new and you'll see how it adds. See how action is nested under movies there. All right, what's next? So that's subcategories. What's more? We can do subcategories of subcategories. Let's do that. Let's follow the path here to comedy. Okay, and its parent category is movies, right? And then let's make, I don't remember what they put there, but that's okay. We can do slapstick is a subcategory of comedy, and so we'll make comedy the parent here. So it's a subcategory of a subcategory here. So we nest these inside of each other, and that's how we can keep really organized with our categories. All right, so already up to number 11. And then let's go back to our post here and see how the categories look on the sidebar. This will come up on the sidebar here, and take a look at how it looks on this page. That's where we're at right now, and then we'll go to posts here in a sec and pull up our post and see how that looks on the post screen. All right, so all posts. And so we pull that down, and here's our categories now. So we can we can designate this any of the categories. Right now it's going to default to blogging, and we'll get to the default here in a sec, but we could make it any of the other things. Right now this is definitely a blog post. All right. And we can even add new categories from here. Right? So there's, when we're in the computer, there's almost always several different ways to do the same kind of thing. All right, let's keep moving. Here, already on number 12, right? And then let's make that post live. I'm not sure this was a live post here, and you can see the category there, blogging. So it's under the category of blogging, and we could click on that and go and see all the blogging posts that we have. All right, so we see our categories. They are live links on the site. When clicked, WordPress will show only those posts that have that particular category or tag assigned. So you saw that it was a live link when I hovered over it. This way, readers can sort what's in our site, right? So we can help our readers to organize what's in our site, especially when we end up with tons and tons of content. Right now, we're just doing sample content, so we won't have that many things. But in the long run, this is a really good way to keep organized, right? In a future lesson, we'll discover ways to make the category and tags display more prominently when we explore themes. We are going to get to themes, and that'll be our design unit in this class. We're not going to be able to do a lot of custom designing with background colors and everything else, but you can modify some posts a little bit, and we'll get to that later on. All right, categories and tags converter. Right? What if we later decide some categories should have been tags or tags should have been categories here, and go down to tools and categories and tags converter. Right? It's available from the import screen, and we can run the importer and convert existing tags to categories or categories to tags, right? And we can convert categories to tags or tags to categories. We don't have any tags right now. But remember, when we get more specific, we do want to use tags, right? All right. And I showed you that screen there. That's on the import screen under tools. And our writing settings here. Let's go to settings and writing, and one more thing here, and it did this automatically, right? It did this automatically, and we saw that convert emoticons to graphics on display. So we did that. We did that emoticon for in the first blog post that converted into a little emoticon. So that was pretty cool. And your default category here, choose your default category on the writing settings page. Make sure to save any changes that you make here. And default post format, you know, you got several formats. I mean, we're scratching the surface as we do these basic lessons here, but we're learning a lot about content management systems, not just WordPress here, right? Most of what we learn here applies to all the different content management systems, and content management systems are the way people are building websites in today's world. Very few people are coding them up from scratch. You might code some elements and things like that. And most of our WordPress experts know some HTML, but most websites in today's world are made with content management. All right. So I'm going to do a short video to introduce the activity that goes with this slideshow, and I'll see you there. All right. Bye-bye. Make sure and ask questions if you have any.